Hi guys, have you ever looked back on a picture or a video of yourself in middle school or the early parts of high school and thought to yourself, what the world am I actually wearing? Because I have, and I would post pictures up of some of the stuff that I wore, but I don't have like pictures. I didn't have a camera at the time of my early middle school days, which thank God, but I do have a little bit of like stuff that I would wear to kind of give you an example. I thought this would be a great way, number one, for me to capture my thoughts on the previous stuff that I wore and to also kind of share what type of person I was in middle school. So just bear with me. We're in for a bumpy ride. So let me start off by explaining my middle school experience for the first little bit. Yeah, it was a pretty good time, honestly, and my high school experience was pretty good as well. I didn't have a whole lot of problems. I had little arguments here and there with people over stupid things, as you do when you're young like that, but my clothing could have been a little more than questionable. Some of it I still have, but I am right now just focusing on showing you some of the accessories and stuff versus the actual clothing, because I have it put away and I don't feel like pulling it out and going through all that. But I'll kind of tell you a little bit of what was running through my mind at the time, if I can. Some of this I don't really know, so like I said earlier, just bear with me. First I'll start off with something. Now, this clothing item is not something that I wore at the time. Like, it's something I bought sort of recently, not exactly recently, I'd say over the past like 3 or 4 years. So this wasn't a middle school thing, but if I knew where to buy it, I probably would have bought some of these. So it's leggings. This lovely pair of leggings actually came from Debs. At one point they had a variety of these. I honestly don't know what they have now. They could still have these, they could not, I don't know. They have an online shop. I don't think they're still in stores. They could be, like I said, I'm not for sure. I've not bought from there in a while. So why did I pick leggings? At one point, I believe my 6th grade year, I thought that skinny jeans were leggings. Let's repeat that one more time. I thought that people were wearing leggings instead of skinny jeans. So you might be wondering to yourself, that doesn't really matter, because at least you had something covering you. But here's the thing though, I wouldn't wear like a long sleeve, I wouldn't wear like a long jacket or top. No, my good friends, I would wear a regular t-shirt and a pair of these leggings. Not these leggings, but a pair of like black or brown or whatever solid color. And later on I found out what skinny jeans were, and I have some bought up now, but at the time I didn't. So I thought that's what everybody was wearing. Bad fashion choice, because if you don't understand how leggings work, the material can be quite thin. Also, when you put it on, your body may stretch the material or whatever. See, I had cotton ones, thank God, didn't have any other kind of material. But even with that, it can it can look weird on you at times. So needless to say, I was running around like that. Yeah. So moving on to the next thing, I should say this before I get to the next thing. I have literally the same type of hairstyle that I had in the 6th grade. It might have been a little shorter than this, and it was styled a little different. But yeah, basically it was this. It was like a short style like this. Normally I have long hair, and if you don't know, I cut it so that I can donate it pretty regularly. Or I'm going to start doing that regularly. I've only done it twice. But yeah, so let's get to the next thing. Okay, so at one point in my life, I thought it would be really cool and really trendy, apparently, to wear headbands. Which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with headbands themselves. But what I'm trying to say is that I had, or I still own rather, a literal drawer full of these. And I would buy lots of varieties of these. And even to this day, sometimes I will still, I won't buy like this, but I will get things that I will like kind of make headbands. I can't think of what those are called right now. Anyway, it's like handkerchief, that's what it is. And I'll fold it and I will make a headband versus like buying one of these. So if you're not, which I don't know why you wouldn't be familiar with this, but if you don't really know how headbands work, you just, there it is. And I'd kind of wear that with literally everything, because I had almost every color. I should say that I wouldn't always wear it like that. More of one of these, where you slick the hair back, which my hair looks terrible now. But needless to say, yeah, it didn't look that good then either. So that's kind of what I would do with that. Apparently I thought that was super stylish. I think that was because of, well, I wanted to try something new, and also for the pure old fact that I believe I was a huge fan of Hannah Montana, which I think a lot of people was at that time, and I wanted to kind of mimic some of the clothing she had, and she would have different types of like headbands and stuff too. So my middle school years, it's actually my first one of those. That's right, guys, the cheetah print one. Isn't that lovely? For some reason it's broke here or something, and you would put this on and you would tie this back behind your hair. Like if you put this on and then you would tie that back behind your hair. I'm not going to do that right now, but you get the gist of it. That's why this is long. So yeah, I got a couple more things, and maybe I'll make you feel better about yourself in middle school. Alright, so I'm going to show you a couple of bracelets and stuff that I would wear, and we will just look at all of this. I should first say that I have multiple versions of these bracelets and stuff, so yeah. Let's just take a look. So a big thing that I got into at one point in my life, in middle school I believe, was bangles. And this didn't really have any reason. I think again we're going back to the Hannah Montana phase that everybody went through at that time. This looks super bright on camera, but it's not really that bright. Yeah, I have a very small wrist for all of you that don't know. This is a wooden one, which sometimes I would just buy bangles to be buying them. Half of these I probably haven't even worn. I have a lot of these too, just like the headbands, so yeah. Don't know why I bought those exactly. Here's a bracelet. This one, I should first say this. I'm not saying that owning these things is necessarily a bad thing. Obviously, I still have them, and I'm not saying that they were a bad choice to wear. I'm just kind of giving you a little blast from my past, if you want, of like things that I would have wore. This is a bracelet, and these little parts on it are kind of a like a fish tank rock type of thing, if you want to call it that, except for they're flat and round. So I had a lot of these because they came in different colors. Going back to the whole Hannah Montana craze that I mentioned earlier was the reason that I owned a whole lot of scarves, especially this kind of sparkly type of scarf. And you could pretty much wear this with anything, but I would just sort of throw it on like this and wear it with whatever I had on. Like I said, I really loved Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus and that whole entire movement, so I tried to find a couple of things that looked kind of similar to things that she would wear. This is pink, if you can't really see that, and it's got, I can't think of what these are called right now. It's got sequins on it. Also, let me say this, sorry about the train noise. Not a whole lot I can do about that, but yeah, there is a train track a couple of feet from my house, which can get aggravating sometimes. So a few other things just to inform you of what kind of person I was. This little chain here is duct tape bracelets that my friends would make for me. And this part was a ribbon from something I forgot. And I had this hanging on my backpack at one point. Because if you made me anything in the past, I still have it. I just want to make that abundantly clear. I probably still have it. I say probably because sometimes I lose stuff. So, but yeah, I would wear these too. But the reason they're stuck together like this is because I made my own type of keychain type of thing with this. So yeah, we were pretty creative back then. So this is just an example of something, but I never wore this in middle school. Well, I wore something similar to this, but I didn't wear this particular pair. These are gloves, and I was thinking about wearing these as a possible Goku cosplay. I don't know yet. It's not been finalized yet. And I thought about doing like a modern take on what Goku would wear if he's was like a modern person. Well, they don't give a time period on DBZ, but still, you just get the idea that it's kind of an older type of thing. Anyway, I would wear gloves that had the fingers cut out of the tops of them because, again, actually this doesn't have anything to do with Hannah Montana. I was going through apparently where I wanted to look super tough or something, and I would wear, sometimes, not all the time, let me make that very clear, not all the time would I wear this. I would wear the cutout fingerless gloves. Like I said, I made this particular pair. I painted the Master Roshi symbol on it. If I can get these off, you know. A couple other things I'm going to show you guys, and then, unfortunately, I shall go. Try to make this video as interesting as I possibly can without it being super duper boring. I know my videos when they get long, they get boring sometimes, but just bear with me, guys. Like I said, it'll make you feel better about yourself with these types of videos. Alright, so I have these two bracelets, and the reason I have these is I just wanted to make a point. I was a big, like I said, Hannah Montana and High School Musical fan. I think this is High School Musical or something. On the back it says Disney, so I'm assuming it's High School Musical. It says the future is a big place, and yeah, I kind of just kept this just because, like a reminder of what kind of person I was at one point. There was one time I went to Hot Topic, this other bracelet I bought there, and it was when the whole Twilight craze was really big, and I was a huge fan of it, and It's got the little lamb and the lion and the apple and the Cullen family crest thing, and it says Twilight on it, so you know your girl had to buy it. It's also got these little red things on it, if you're wondering what that was. I was a John Orm's Twilight fan. I had the books, I had some shirts, I had a poster. I just recently actually took that poster down, so I had one hanging like way up here towards the top. Yep. And then the next thing, I don't know if anybody remembers these, but these are jelly bracelets. I don't remember when these got really huge, but there was a whole thing about these where like that's how you wore it, was you stuck two of them together. Well, anyway, the different colors apparently meant different things, but I never knew that. I kind of just wore them because I thought they looked cool. I don't know. I wouldn't wear this all the time either, just to throw that out there. I think that was more of a 5th grade thing than a middle school. I don't remember me wearing those in middle school. They would also, all the time, give you bracelets and stuff against like bullying and drugs and varieties of things. That's what this is. And if you fold it like this, it says stay drug free and never bully others. So I believe I actually might have got this in high school. I can't remember, but the reason I'm showing you this is sometimes I would wear like the different things they would give you like that. So, and then last but certainly not least, I'm sure everybody, if you're old enough to remember this trend, probably owns some of these. These are those little rubber band bracelets everybody had. I think this is supposed to be a pink banana. And I had a bunch of these. I still have them, but I'm just kind of showing you different types. I don't know which way that one's supposed to be. And this is like I think it might be a dude playing soccer or something. Well, anyway, I had a bunch of these. A friend gave me one of them that was a red dinosaur and was like, these are cool. And then everybody started buying them and wearing them, so I did too, because, you know, why not? Yeah. So, if anything, I'm going to end it on this note, but I'm going to say this. If you enjoy something, and it doesn't matter if it's in trend, out of trend, or whatever, if you enjoy wearing something, you should continue to wear it. And you should, you know, keep wearing it until you don't want to wear it anymore. But pretty much just do whatever you like to do as far as your clothes and accessories and stuff go, and don't worry a whole lot about what other people are wearing. So that's my advice. Anyway, if you would, please subscribe to my channel, like this video if you enjoyed it. You can comment down below if you had any of these, if you wanted any of these, or whatever you think about them, and I will try to reply to you. Also, don't forget my social medias are down below. You can follow me on all of them and show me some support if you want, or whatever. And I do appreciate it. I post a video every single Saturday, so if you subscribe, you won't miss any of my videos, and I appreciate all that. I'll see you guys later.